Hello, hello, and welcome everyone to our last session of the week, our lower body conditioning and strength. In that specific order, we're going to start you off today, which when you guys will be watching this is actually my birthday, so woohoo. No birthday burpees though, don't worry. But we're going to start you off with a warm-up, which is actually going to be done off of a timer today. So right away, in addition to that, we will talk about the equipment that you need. We will be using our dumbbells, our bands, and our mat. We also, again, want that supportive footwear on for the warm-up, as well as for our conditioning work, which we are starting with before we get into the strength. So let's talk about this warm-up. You're going to have 4 exercises that you are going to be doing off of a timer. We're completing 3 rounds of this. So it's actually going to be the start of the pause work. I'm going to explain it. You're going to pause, do it, and then I'll catch you guys back here for the conditioning work. 4 movements. First one is going to be a basic squat. So for 30 seconds, your timer is going to essentially beep every 30 seconds. And set it for 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest, and you'll be working on each of those 30 seconds. We're not taking any rest. But the timer's going to beep. We're starting off with 30 seconds of squats, air squats, where we're trying to sit down to 90 degrees. We have our arms come in front of us on the way down, beside our hips on the way up. 30 seconds. When that timer beeps, 30 seconds, you're going right into the second one, which is going to be a step back lunge with an overhead reach. That's our second movement. 30 seconds. Once that 30 seconds is up, it's going to beep, and you're going right into a jumping jack for the third exercise. If you're low impact, we're going to tap it out. Still work with those nice, strong, straight arms. Final one is going to be a dead bug. So you're going to have to hustle. You're going to have to hustle onto the floor, working with your dead bug, opposite arm, opposite leg. You can have your leg bent or extended out straight. We have to keep our low back down on the floor. That is going to be our first set. Then you're going back up into your second set. 30 seconds, squats, lunge with the reach, jump jacks, dead bugs, 3 rounds. Okay, so set your timers, press pause, and I will see you back here for the conditioning. All right, welcome back. Hopefully you are feeling warm after that. That was the goal. We are going to start you off today with some conditioning work that is focused all on being powerful. We have our movements, 3 of them, 3 different movements that you will be doing for 2 minutes each. Now you only have 1 2-minute opportunity for each of these. So we have to make sure that we know what we're doing, of course, which we're going to talk about right now, but that we're giving these our full effort, as much effort as we have built up left inside of us, which hopefully is a lot. Starting off with our first one, we're going back to squats, but we're adding in an explosive squat jump. So we're trying to do 3 explosive squat jumps as fast, as high as we can, and then we're going to take a couple deep breaths. And then we're going back into the squat jumps. Arms can come down by our sides, reaching up. 1, 2, 3, and then we stand, reset. Take a breath or 2, get back down, and then again, 1, 2, 3. If you're low impact, if you don't jump, you're going to do them just like I showed you there. 2 minutes is going to be set on your clock where you're going to do these, okay? So you're going to have 2 minutes for your breathing, resetting rather, and trying to be powerful. We're doing that little reset because if you were doing just squat jumps for 2 minutes, you would gas out so quickly. So we have that little reset in there on this one and on the next 2 exercises, so you can do exactly that. Reset and have a stronger 3 fast, explosive, powerful squat jumps. So 2 minutes, then we're gonna have 2 full minutes of rest. So again, it's very important that you are working hard, pushing yourself so that you really earn this 2 minutes, okay? And this is again going to be set on your timer. We wanna make sure we're only taking 2 minutes. We're not taking any longer because sometimes, especially at home, especially when it's not live, it can be very easy to get distracted and start talking or doing something, household chores, whatever it is. So stay diligent on yourself. 2 minutes of rest. And then the second one we're going to do is our power lunges, where we're going 1, 2, 3. Switch legs. 1, 2, 3. switch legs. When you switch, that's your reset time. So I didn't take much there. But as you go through them, then you might want to add in that 1 to 2 inhale, exhale cycles between your switching of your right and your left. That's going to be our second one. Once again, you're going to do that for 2 whole minutes. So we want to pace ourselves, but remember the goal here is to be powerful, explosive. So we don't want to just lunge the whole entire time. We want to make sure we're taking that reset time between either each leg or between once you're finished each leg. You can sort of take a few deep breaths, reset, and then get set up and try to do them more powerful, more explosive on your second, third, however many sets you get. Following that 2 minutes, another 2 minutes of rest, which you're probably going to feel like you need a lot more on that second one. That's going to be our second one. Our last and final one is a high knee variation. So we have 6 high knees. We want to set up our opposite arm, opposite legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, mine aren't very powerful because, you know, I got some things going on here, but I want you to go all out as fast as you can through those 6. Again, if you want to add a little toe tap in or just stand there, breathe, grab a quick sip of water, reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're low impact, that's what we're going to do instead of actually jumping. And that is going to be your last part of the conditioning, 2 minutes of high knees, okay? And you're going to have 2 minutes of rest before you go into your next part, which is going to be the strength, okay? So before you come back and press play, take that last 2 minutes. Try to get back to a level where you're feeling a little bit more normal. Definitely worked, but again, you could answer a question if I asked it of you. Grab some water, and then I will see you guys back here for our strength work, okay? Hit pause, get the work done, and let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We are here for our last and final part, which is our strength. I shouldn't say it's the final part, because there are actually 3 parts. We have 3 different supersets that we are going to work with. So let's first off start with the first one, which is going to be a variation of our single leg deadlift. We're doing our kickstand single leg deadlift, which is essentially our single dead with no balance involved because we have this little kickstand situation here. So we're standing hip width apart. We want to take the ball of our foot, shift the weight into the other leg, and take that ball and place it next to the heel, soft knee, and then we hinge the hips back. Dumbbells are staying in front of the legs, hinging back, hinging forward. Again, if you don't have dumbbells, we're going to loop a loop band underneath our opposite foot. 15 reps on each side. So we have 15 over here, and then we switch, trying to keep all of the weight in that standing leg with the whole foot on the floor. 15 over here. That's our first exercise. Second one is going to be a sumo deadlift. Oh yeah, back to the OG. So we're going to widen up our feet into our sumo stance, angle out in our toes. Weights are going to be in front of us, palms facing each other, hinging our hips back. As soon as those weights are right above our knees, we bend the knees and push them out into this deadlift, and then we pull our hips back up and forward. So again, I'll show you from the side. Hinging back, bending the knees so our hips sit above our knees. We don't want to be down in a squat. We want the hips up, and then we pull forward. 15 reps on these ones as well. So you have 15 reps to practice that sort of 2 separate motions, hinging and then bending the knees. Pulling up as 1. 15 reps total on those ones. We are going to take a little bit of rest, 30 to 45 seconds before you complete your 3 additional rounds. So we're doing 4 sets total. 15 kickstands, 15 right into those deadlifts. Okay, we want some rest. Once we're finished the deadlifts, let's grab a sip of water, breathe a little bit, and then go through our 4 sets total. All right, you know what to do. Pause, work, and I'll see you back here for part 2 of the strength. All right, welcome back. Welcome back, you. Welcome, Dusty, in and out of the camera. We are going to start off with our first exercise, which is going to be a reverse lunge. Now, for this reverse lunge, we want all of the weight on one side. It's actually going to be the side that we are going to be working, holding both of my weights, because I'm gonna have 8-pounders here. On the standing leg, I'm gonna step back into the lunge and then drive that knee up to 90 degrees. Step back into the lunge and try to use this one to pull myself up, driving up to the top here. You guys are working with 12 reps on each side. So again, this weight is out here. It's not against my leg. I never want to touch my leg or my body. We're keeping it slightly off to the side, which is going to recruit a lot of our core so that we don't just bend over to the side. Whether you like it or not, that core is working, but it'll work more if you tuck it in and pull it in. 12 reps on each side. Once you finish that on both sides, we are doing a front-loaded sumo squat. So we're back in that sumo position that we had some practicing with our deadlift. We're going to front load our weights, and this time we want the hips and the knees to bend at the same time. So I'm trying to sit down to that squat so that my hips and knees end up on the same angle. Rather than the deadlift, which is here, the squat we want here. 12 reps total of these ones here. 3 rounds with little to no rest in between. So we're doing lunges, 12 and 12, sumo squats, 12, and then doing it again. 2 more rounds total to make it 3 sets. Okay? Okay, pause, go get the work, and I'll see you back here for the last part of our session. All right, welcome back everyone. Here we are for the last final part of today. Last superset. We have 2 movements which are going to be on a timer. No counting involved. This timer is going to be set for 60 seconds on, 20 seconds off. So we'll have 20 seconds to move between each exercise, 60 seconds to work on each movement. We are completing 4 rounds total, okay? So you don't need any weights. We're gonna preferably have a loop band, medium to heavy strength one, which is going to go on and stay around our heels like this. 60 seconds. Again, if you'd like to practice with me a bit here, you can, but don't press start on your timer quite yet, not until we pause. Soft knees, we'll hinge our hips back, and we're working with a extension out on a 45-degree angle. Now, whenever we do this, it's always like you think you should be working this leg, moving leg, but we're actually working the standing hip, this one here, because we're trying to avoid any movement. We don't want to be moving like this. We want to essentially be balancing and staying here, and that's what makes this challenging. So we're going to spend 30 seconds. So you got to kind of watch your clock. 30 seconds on this side. So it's set for a minute, so you have to make sure you switch at that halfway point. Then you'll have 20 seconds of rest. You breathe, regroup, and get yourself into a wall sit. We can keep this band on. Just keep it on, so it saves us a bit of time and energy taking it on and off. And then we'll hold this wall sit now for 1 minute. Holding, breathing, doing whatever we gotta do to get through this minute. Standing up once the minute is done, 20 seconds of rest, and then we'll do again 3 more sets because we have 4 rounds total. And that's our last part, okay? Come on back here once you're finished that, because we have a couple stretches that you will definitely want to do after this work that you have done today. And then you'll be free to go. Okay, pause, and I'll see you back here. All right, welcome back everyone. Here we are for the last stretching aspect of today's session. All you need is your body and your mat. We're gonna start you off on the floor, getting onto our back, working with that glute stretch, not laying on a cat. We're gonna be working with heel on the knee, pulling in that knee, holding this stretch here, 30 to 60, you know the drill. And we're gonna hold this for at least 1 set. You do upward to 3, maybe even 4 rounds of this if you'd like. And the longer holds are better. So if you have time, if you can make time, hold each side for 60 seconds. Okay, and then we'll switch. We'll do 60 seconds over on this side here. And then we will flip over onto our hands and knees, getting into that child's pose with more focus on our back. Taking our right hand, placing it on our left, and then turning towards that bottom hand armpit, getting that stretch focused on one side. Again, 30 seconds on one side, and then we can switch, do 30 seconds on the other side. And it feels so nice. You're gonna get that stretch for your upper and lower back. and back of your hips. The last and final stretch is our half kneeling hip flexor stretch. It's going to help us loosen up the hips, front of the legs, core. If you want additional stretch, you can reach your arm up above your head or simply just work on tilting that pelvis under a little bit more. Same rules with the time, with the rounds. Get at least one set in, okay? And do both sides. And then you are done, okay? So there you go. Hopefully, once again, as usual, I always hope that you feel good, accomplished more than anything, that you got these sessions in. And I want to know how they're going, because this is, again, our week 3 of this pause work style. So let me know. Hit me up, send me a message, drop a call for you if you're getting them done, whatever it is. And I will see you all next week for our week 4. Okay, have a great day, have a great weekend, and I will catch you guys next week.